On the 13th of October 2021, the Prime Minister of India launched a plan to raise India's competitive index and match the manufacturing power of China. He named it Gati Shakti, the strength of speed. A $1.2 trillion plan that will enhance India's image as a global manufacturing hub. How will this be achieved? Hello and welcome to Gravitas Plus. I am Gambhir and this is the story of Gati Shakti. As the name indicates, the aim is to fast-track India's growth and attract multinational corporations, especially in the fields of technology, electronics, automobiles and textiles. If you look at any survey, you will find that China is on the top. It truly is the world's factory. But the way things have shaped up, especially the ongoing US-China trade war, Beijing's abysmal human rights record and its heavy-handed business tactics, this has led to a rethink in many countries. They no longer want to do business with China. They are looking for new terrains to invest in. And this is where Gati Shakti comes in. It offers these countries a new market, a chance to diversify their supply chains. How? By helping them relocate factories to India. Here's how the plan will work. To start with, the government plans to create a digital platform that will combine 16 ministries together. This portal will provide companies a one-stop solution for investments. They can use it to view project details, estimate the cost of investment, seek government approval, or get certified swiftly. Which ministries will this portal combine? Railways, civil aviation, shipping, road transport, petroleum, textiles, and food processing, to name a few. To put it simply, this portal will streamline the process of investment and give Indian manufacturers a chance to go global. It will provide all available data for future projects, the cost, the labor, the investors, the factories, the material, all of it. How will this benefit India? It will remove the role of middlemen and make the investment process transparent. It will also help fast-track pending projects. I have some numbers to share here. In May this year, India had a total of 1,568 projects, out of which 721 projects were delayed and over 423 ran over the original cost of implementation. Why the delay? According to official data, 40% were delayed due to land acquisition, 35% due to clearances, 15% due to verifications. That's where Gati Shakti comes in. It aims to clear this logjam and unclog this list of stalled projects. It will use technology to plug the gaps and ensure ease of doing business. Not only will this help Indian manufacturers, it will instill confidence in foreign investors. They won't have to think twice before betting their money. This will be the initial stage. The second stage will be modernizing manufacturing, reducing the cost of logistics, building a skilled labor force. The plan is ambitious. The question is, how will it help counter China? You see, by fast-tracking projects and digitizing the process of investment, India will be able to attract companies that are leaving China for various reasons. The likes of Harley-Davidson, Nintendo, Apple, and Samsung, among various others. And there is ample evidence to prove that these brands have started to move. They want to relocate their factories and reroute their investments nearby, namely countries like Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, and India. India has a slight advantage over these countries when it comes to absorbing new projects. India has a pool of English-speaking workers, a better production capability, an attractive investment climate, and plenty of land to build new factories. The companies relocating are aware of this, which is why they are more willing to place their bets on India. Let me give you two examples. Apple has decided to begin manufacturing the iPhone 14 in India. Its supplier, Foxconn, plans to invest $1 billion in the country. Samsung Electronics has opened the world's largest mobile phone factory in India. It plans to manufacture smartphones worth $40 billion. It's a good start. Two of the biggest smartphone companies consider India to be a better alternative. But to sustain this impression and live up to the expectations, India will have to study the country they are moving out from, China. It will have to understand how China became a manufacturing hub, learn from its business skills, and avoid the mistakes that it made. You see, 35 years ago, China's per capita income was very similar to that of African countries. But today, it is a manufacturing giant. It produces 50% of the world's major industrial goods. It is the largest producer of ships, high-speed trains, chemical fibers, machines, computers, cell phones. The question is how? How exactly did a nation of 1.4 billion people transform itself from a poor agricultural country to a formidable industrial powerhouse? It's a fascinating story with some very clever tricks. The first one is lower wages. Like I said, China has 1.4 billion people. It has more workers than are needed. Most of them happen to be from rural areas, so these workers are willing to work extra, that too on lower salaries. All they need is a bit of training. Not only did this help China create more jobs, but also brought rural workers into the mainstream. This created a huge and cheap labor pool, which helped to produce in bulk and produce it quickly. The second trick China used is lower compliance. It did not play by the rules of its investors. It did not abide by their guidelines. It showed little regard for labor laws. This may have given China a competitive edge, but investors now want to move out. The positive factors behind China's growth include the maintenance of political stability, the focus on grassroots, bottom-up reforms, promotion of rural industries, getting machinery in return for manufactured goods, providing enormous government support for infrastructure build-up. All these factors help China sustain its status of a manufacturing hub. You've got to give it to China. It did set up a good business ecosystem, only that it failed to play by the rules. It tried to overextend its boundaries in a way. It tried to ill-treat not just its people, but also the investors giving their money. This explains why manufacturing in China is dying a slow death. So as others prepare to take over China's position, they must keep these mistakes in mind, especially India. It is Asia's third largest economy, with the potential of being the largest. The Gati Shakti plan will be like a booster shot to this potential.